all the slave queens in the world, particularly because when I don't know too much. That was an amazing skit written by O Pancho, aka Cyril Inter, aka Nyanga Dross, aka many AKAs, and of course the skit was shot and directed by Shabatan Maestro of 44 Pictures. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a show where you get to know who your comics, who your comedians in the 237 industry are. You get to know their ins and outs. If you even want to know the color for the boxers, you go know. So right about now, we are going to be welcoming our very first guest on the show, and it's the premiere, of course, of the Lockdown Comedy Hour, which means it's a privilege. Don't touch that dial. We are going to be back. No be small thing. Our comedian, our first guest, is a very cute guy. He's handsome by default. Sometimes people wonder why, just like me, fine boy, we are in comedy. You know, we just tell them we love this. Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome on the platform. Of course, with a round of applause from home, Oboy, Synthetic! Fun boy! Oh, Miss Swansea, say this swell no. How about I welcome Corona outside?
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
You're welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show. There's been a lot going on recently. I know Anglophone comedians had their general come together some few days ago, right?
That was like 8th of August. That's 2 days ago.
2 days ago, awesome, man. Good to have you on the show, man.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you on the show. No, let's just set the ball rolling. No waste time. Oboy Synthetic. Who is Oboy Synthetic?
Oboy Synthetic is a comedian, is an actor, specifically in the field of comedy, a comic act, but can also display in several other roles. Oboy Synthetic too, he indulges in MCing work, though we're still working towards a better MC. Oboy Synthetic started comedy the year 2013. Though he had started way back, but Oboy Synthetic was not really ready to go out there to the world.
Okay.
He was still very not sure of what he has.
So we're more like embryo to fetus to embryo before picking, before you.
Even though I know study biology, but the confidence we take and talk.
I mean, I don't know.
Yes.
I didn't know some years later.
You know, there's a kind of confidence. Somebody will tell you something. You don't need to know. You just need to accept.
Exactly.
So, 2013, he tried comedy in his church, of course, Holy Ghost Evangelical Ministry International.
Pastor must pay us for this.
Yes.
In the Holy Ghost.
Prophet Conjindom Emmanuel.
You call him. He's going to pay more.
Yeah. It's my.
Very soon you announce your tithes on TV
No.
live.
It's my daddy.
Amen. That's the way to start.
Yeah, he gave me the very first platform in the church, and I did something.
That deserves a round of applause.
Yeah.
You see, being a comedian is good, but not having a platform to show is another one. And I think that's even one of the reasons why I started my own show in 2014. Oboy Comedy Show. I mean, it's a publicity for another day, you know.
Yeah.
So Oboy Synthetic, I don't want to believe that when you were born, to say, my son shall be called Oboy Synthetic. Who gives that kind of a name? So who's the real guy?
Okay.
For the comedian?
Okay, very good. Oboy Synthetic is just the comedian. Who am I is Achu Hosia Chikelem. That's the name my mom said they should call me. Achu Hosia Chikelem. My mom is from the Northwest region. My dad is from the Northwest region.
So you be graphic man?
I be graphic man.
You fine?
Born and bred. What do you mean by I fine?
I know what I'm talking about.
Graphic people not fine.
You and them will be red gem for that side.
You know, you can say that again. You can say that again. I tell girls I'm from Bamenda, the shock.
I know. They're like this soft.
This soft.
You know, say Bamenda man, you know, it's a story for another day. But you talk to people live show.
You not get blister and things like that. But I'm from the Northwest region. Actually, Hosia, I studied agricultural and veterinary medicine in the University of Boya.
Hold on. Agriculture.
Yes.
I mean,
I'm a farmer.
What is the farmer thing inside comedy? Because last I checked, even the mic in the stand-up comedy is held like this, not like this, bro. Why comedy? That brings me to a question. Why comedy?
Very good. You see, talent. You don't give yourself talent. Mm-hmm. Talent is divine. It's God that gives you talent.
Yeah, that's a problem right there.
And now,
let me tell you why. Remember a problem we had in the forum, and somebody accused another colleague that he stole his or her joke perform on stage, and in the colleague's defense, he came and said, "What did he joke?" So sorry for cutting you, bro. Right on, right on.
Definitely, it's something you have in you is got that place to there. No man can give another man talent. So to blend comedy and agriculture is just a coincidence that because instead I don't ask God, the thing don't pass. And I say, God, you create human being, fix me the way you people say I did. You know, even find some fine talent, like maybe how to sing, you know, how to
keep banker
talent.
So I'm like, look at the banker wasting.
You just create human being, just remove one knot, keep her aside.
That's bad.
What's this?
Oboy synthetic. You see, the objective of this show, right, is for people to understand that, yes, he's a funny guy on stage, right? He's a comedian, but this is a man who pays the bills back home. This is a guy who takes care of, get picking, of nieces and nephews, of course. So we have this problem in the industry. Around the world, I think it happens mostly with African comedians. You will see some comedians who just say, "Oh boy, make me laugh." And I'm like, when you're sick, you go to the hospital.
Definitely.
Good. When you need your food, you go to the farm. Now, I'm a comedian. If you want to laugh, come to my show or watch my skits, isn't it?
That's it.
So Oboy synthetic, how do you cope with that? How do you sometimes, create that difference between you, the comedian, and you, Hosea?
Okay. My personality as actual Hosea, because I have a dual personality, definitely a comedian and actual Hosea. My personality, the farmer, actual Hosea, the farmer, definitely. Why does it sound like it's an insult? No, I'm a farmer. Farmer, now we get money. The president of this country, he has dwelled in agriculture. Even the president of this country said, by 2035, let everybody enter the farm.
This is a country of farmers.
You know what
I'm very hard-working man. That's the thing with ladies out there. They're always there praying one prayer point. Father, send me a hard-working man. Hard-working. When trouble shall come, they ask God, say, God, why?
When they can't, you say no.
So yeah.
So
cool.
as I was saying, boy, climb some of this grammar
then. When you are Hosea, do you find the challenge with the boy synthetic? Do you have this conflict? Because I do have this conflict. Yes, sometimes I shout at my kids and they look at me like the comedian. I'm like, I go crack your head like Papa Ferdinand.
Yes, there are a lot of challenges like that. It comes every day. Somebody might meet you, because as comedians we too have problems. The fact that I come and make you laugh doesn't mean I'm all that very good. So I also have issues. You must not just meet me everywhere. Hello boys in the team, but can me one joke when you know, if you want to laugh, if you want to get the boys in the team, make you laugh. Firstly, visit my handles.
Exactly.
Visit my page.
Go to the boys synthetic on Facebook, the boys synthetic on Instagram.
Yeah.
You are going to laugh.
You're going to laugh, definitely. And if you want to hear me laugh live, come to shows.
Come to shows.
Oboy comedy shows have been
Senior Pastors laughter shows.
Let Them Laugh by Cavino and many other.
But that brings me to one thing. We have noticed something in the industry, and it's a thing that I noticed 5 years back. Okay. You just mentioned 2 power homes and powerhouse in the domain of industry in Cameroon. You just mentioned Oboy and me, and you mentioned Senior Pastor. As far as I'm concerned, these are the 2 main guys actually putting up shows. I would have added Alene Menge, but at a different level. You understand? Now, do you think every comedian should organize a show?
Well,
because recently you see colleagues where they don't even know how to hold their own mic. You want to put up show.
Mr. Oboy comic, that is a very, very.
I like that, Mr. It's sweet me some way.
Yes, you are a big personality.
Man, a big boy.
Definitely, even inside you're big.
Not everywhere.
Now, to me, I think not every colleague should do a show. Yeah. Please let me land. Because you are funny does not make you eligible to do a show. Yeah. A show is a whole science. It's a science that you might not really understand. It's an event that you need to give a face out there that when you work hard and give that. When you get to a level which you are ready to do a show, you will know.
I think the bottom line is organizing events is a science.
Yeah.
People like us who cannot be sitting and be proud of having masters in event organization and sociocultural tourism, and the comedian just gets our money because he has an audience and wants to organize show. The bottom line is check yourself fine before you organize show.
And to add, please, your Facebook fans, your Instagram fans, your online fans, please those might not be your true fans, because if you organize a show today, trust me,
few of them will come. Almost nobody will come.
Very few of your Facebook fans are going to be there. So don't amass Facebook fans for real life fans.
And think that you have made it. So,
and please, don't do a show, and because you are able to bring in some big names in the industry, for example, the Oboy the comic, the senior pastor, and some other names on your flyer, you think their fans are going to fill up your hall. That's making a big mistake. Mr. Oboy the comic, many people have actually met me, Oboy Synthetic. I like your work. I don't know. Can't you do a show? Why don't you do it, even if it's a mini show? And I tell them to do it. The time for a show has not yet come.
Apart from that, there's something called sustainability, right?
Yeah.
Some shows don't survive the next edition after. Why? Because they didn't package them well.
Definitely.
Let's just say it's a topic for another day.
Well,
because
that's
today is
a
the
topic.
premiere.
Okay.
We don't want to make it too serious.
Yeah.
But if you're watching back home, of course you're watching, and you want to interact with the show, we don't have a particular talking point, but all you need to do is contribute by simply telling us who is your favorite Cameroonian comedian. I think apart from that though, you get to equally ask questions on your favorite comedians on the show today, because the comedians you always see on the show are favorite and good comedians. Now, Oboy Synthetic, let's move to something a little more serious. Yeah. And at this juncture, at this point in time, if my director is ready, let's move on to Matters Arising. Matters Arising, not a small thing. Matters Arising. Matters Arising is that part of the show where you get to discuss a little bit seriously on things that are happening in the industry, or not just comedy, the whole industry. And this one that everybody is talking, I would love us to talk about Biggie 237, but not our domain. So I want us to talk about Freaky Table. Freaky Table is a talk show that is hosted by three young Cameroonians and entertainers. But I will dwell my focus more on Joan Gomba of Decoded TV, who has a lot of awesome profiling out there in Nigeria and here in Cameroon. So, the Oboy Synthetic, it was said on the show that we are not funny, that we are struggling to be funny. And when it came to Opancho, they said his borderlines are funny. They don't even know the meaning of borderline, because after that, Pancho had to come and say, "Oh boy, what's the meaning for borderline?" I was like, "My brother, I don't know." Then I asked him why. He said, the people were saying, and at some point they said, "I'm not funny, but I have funny borderlines." So before I go to my YouTube, and to my Facebook, if I might know the meaning of borderline, I told my brother that, "My brother, I don't know me meaning." Oh. So do you really think that show at this point in time, when we know that for the past 4 years since the crisis, we have used our comedy to keep people, fight the stress, keep people alive and going, for colleagues, we call them colleagues, to sit on a triangular platform and call us unfunny? Do you think the show was uncalled for? Do you really think we are unfunny? And if we are, or if we are not, my brother, wait to be a take, because I'm on tired.
Well, Oboy the comic in the field of entertainment.
Finally move that mister, put that back. Mr. Oboy the comic, I want to talk loud, I beg.
Okay.
Shout the name Oboy the comic with Mr. Beg.
Mr. Oboy the comic.
Bam.
To me, entertainment, in the entertainment industry, the criticism is very inevitable.
Yeah.
Everybody has his or her own opinion. Everybody can criticize or lay compliments. Now, the problem is not criticizing the comedy sector, because it's not today they started saying Anglophone comedians are not funny. That's not even my problem about the whole Freaky Table. My problem is when you come on air and you say somebody is not funny and you are laughing. It was a mockery rather than a criticism.
Thank you.
Because
the criticism is not constructive.
Yeah, definitely their criticism was not constructive enough. The problem is not being critic. No. The problem is they were making a mockery of the comedians. For example, when you get lines like, Oboy the comic, he puts a lot of energy in this, but it's not funny. Now, if you are criticizing, at least acknowledge some work these comedians have done. Bet you Freaky Table, Joan Gumba and your team, trust me, there have been skits and shows these very guys you call them funny, have done, you've attended, and you've laughed.
Exactly.
You've laughed at some of their skits.
Do you know that a couple of days ago, like Facebook always pops up memories. Like for some crazy reasons, most of the memories that have been coming to my timeline are memories of John Gumba. There was a comedy club show that I think God Boy MC organized some time back, like 2 or 3 years ago. And the moment I mounted the stage, because this lady actually, they called my name on the show and they said I'm not funny. I don't have a problem with that. Even to my papa, I'm not funny. Yeah. See, you know, my papa, they were the funny. Now when I call, I say, Papa, I don't say you small momo. They were the funny that time. So my issue is, the show is a good show, but the topic is uncalled for. The criticisms are uncalled for. Okay, even if the criticisms must be. I mean, guys, make them constructive. And I realize that most of these memories, when they're coming back to my timeline, is a memory of me being on stage and discovering that Joan Gomba was sitting in the hall. I'm like, Joan, how far you come? I hope you're having fun. And in the video, they show her smiling. Was she smiling to impress the cameras? Only God knows. You understand? So I think to cut the whole long story short, people need to respect this industry. And if you need to help us in building this industry, do it the constructive way. But man, we're not going to kill ourselves now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Oboy Synthetic just made mention the fact that comedians have been doing comedy skits. So right now, I want us to know him a little, you know, in a freakier and funnier way. Please enjoy this skit from Oboy Synthetic, and we'll be right back. Not a small thing.
Make devil no toss of a picking. This my soul, no there for pumpkin.
Synthetic, what you